the show, we're happy to welcome back the CEO, President of the Better Business Bureau serving Eastern Michigan, Melanie Duquesnel. Hi, Melanie.
Thank you. I appreciate being back here.
Yeah, great to have you here. Welcome back, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So it seems with every holiday we have a new round of things to be wary of. And I understand you found, in keeping with the season, the 12 scams of Christmas.
And I can't actually recite all 12 of them right now, but I will tell you the biggest and baddest right now is online purchase scams. So when you're looking for stuff online because you don't want to go to the mall, you don't want to go to Meijer, you don't like crowds, you're going online. Well, where you go will dictate whether or not you're going to get what you want, or hopefully not have your personal information stolen, because what they're trying to do is capture that information and create a whole new profile and go shopping on your dime.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday I was at the credit union, as I told you before the show, having my card canceled because it was compromised. Someone decided to use it to order subscriptions to a Sony PlayStation.
Oh, lucky you.
Lucky me.
And the sad thing is that actually, as I'm walking out of my office today, one of my own associates had her checking account hacked. Mm-hmm. And she came to me and she goes, "Oh, I'll do it on lunch." And I said, "No, you will get in the car now and go right to the bank and resolve it." And thankfully they were aware. She just had noticed it very quickly.
Mm-hmm. You know, so many people, they don't, because a lot have said, "Okay, I don't need the paper statements coming to my home, I'll just check online," and then they never do.
Right.
And you get scammed, you don't even know it.
Exactly. I mean, that's actually happened to my husband on his own credit card. We had bought, we didn't know, somebody, their cable service in Ohio. And I'm like, we don't live in Ohio. Why would that go through? But credit card companies don't monitor that. They're looking at what the charge is. Now, if a foreign transaction shows up on your card, they may catch that and question it. But usually it's not until which time that your buying habits are really trending in a different direction does the credit card company or the bank figure it out.
We're seeing ads popping up everywhere, but social media feeds have a lot of enticing ads, and some of those, they're scams?
Absolutely. So I'll give you an example. Facebook, in the right rail, you have all your ads streaming as you go through your feeds trying to see what all your friends are doing. And it'll say an ad for Home Depot. But once you click on it and it goes to that website, it is a completely different website. It does not have any relationship whatsoever to Home Depot. They're just resting on the laurels of Home Depot.
And Home Depot, I'm sure they care, but they really don't.
Well, they do, but it's really hard to monitor them all because it is just so many hacks on their good name.
I heard there's something called Secret Sister.
So Secret Sister is kind of like the old chain letters thing where, hey, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to send it to you and then you're going to do it and you're going to send it to 5 people and then they're going to send it to 10 people and yada, yada, yada.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Except it's with actual products. Another funny story, within our BBB system, somebody decided to do it with bourbon, and everybody's going, "This is a scam, this is a scam." And the actual developer of this was like, "No, it's really not. I'm really trying to do this bourbon exchange." So you really need to know who you're working with. You know, if it looks like something that your friend would do, just give them a call first before you spend $1.
Yeah, I got direct message on Instagram telling me that the winner of a Powerball lottery wants to share
his
lucky winnings. Yeah.
You are very lucky these days.
I know, I'm going to get $30,000.
Oh, good. Yeah. We going on a trip with it? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He wants me to take a picture of when the money comes. Apparently it's going to come in a box in cash.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm going to take a picture of it with me and I'll send it to him.
And sadly, that also comes through as what we call a fake check scam. You know, where they're going to send you a check and you're going to do a particular action item and they're going to ask you to keep all but a certain portion. Then they're going to ask you to take a picture of it after the check has cleared, Or sometimes they'll even get so forward as to go right through your bank and get the information. Then they're going to go and drain your account.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Also, I'm getting, and I think anyone with a Facebook account seen these, purporting to be from Facebook. You've been hacked, your account's been compromised, we need you to go in and reset everything.
Exactly. In fact, the BBB got one exactly like that, saying that they were going to take down our page.
Yeah, that's what we got too.
Yeah, and so I sent it to a couple of folks and I said, just making sure this is a scam, right? And they're like, absolutely. So what you need to recognize is that Facebook generally is not going to give you links. They will give you instructions, but they will not include a link in it because they know how nefarious those links are.
When we see something on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, we assume that it's been vetted, it's checked out, it's safe, it's honest, but we can't,
No. So advertisers in social media and on app stores, again, Apple or Android, they are not necessarily going through what we would consider a heavy vetting process. They're not verifying that your information is going to stay safe, that your payment information is going to stay safe, or that you're even going to get the product. So again, going back to the Facebook example, that right rail stuff, you don't know who you're working with. So go to somebody you know. Actually, preferably, in my mind, go to your local business and buy from them.
Yeah, buy local. And there's gift, so that's where you'll see some gift exchange scams on social media.
Right.
The gift cards, that's another
area of worry. So when you're going to buy gift cards, you've got family out of state and you don't want to send a whole present and you just want to just send a gift card. Before you actually go to the register, check the back. If the little safety seal has been scratched off, throw that card away. Actually give it to the store management so they know that this is a corrupted card. But more importantly, if you can avoid buying the card in a store, you could go directly to the retailer online and buy the digital card. You're much more safe or protected if you do it that way.
Yeah, I don't trust those big racks of cards for every conceivable business in the drugstore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's just all kinds of ways to get hacked, and the sad thing is that my 2 cents is be able to buy it directly from the local store, use cash, because they can't corrupt that, so using your debit card on some of these transactions where you don't know where that point of sale monitor has been used or potentially corrupted. So, cash is king during the holidays, and it sounds crazy and very old-fashioned, but it's a safety mechanism.
Yeah. And we're seeing at this time of year requests for donations to charities, and there's some scamming going on there too.
Right. So they show up at your door, or even Salvation Army bell ringers. There are some bell ringers, at least in my neck of the woods, that have red bells. It doesn't say Salvation Army on it. The bucket doesn't say Salvation Army on it, but people are just thinking that it's Salvation Army. So you really need to know who you're giving to. Again, if you feel inclined to drop $1 in their bucket, fine, but recognize that it may not go where you want it to go. Now, if you have the Krugerrand that got dropped in Macomb County, maybe you want to just send that directly to your charity of choice. But again, everything is not as it appears. So you just need to be very, very safe. Know exactly who you're donating to.
Your best piece of advice has always been, and I think about it, if it's too good to be true.
It probably is.
Yeah. All right, so we want to be fraud-free in 2024.
Right.
You have some tips on getting the new year started fraud-free?
Right. So your social media accounts is probably the best one to go after. Look at your privacy policies that you've set up. Who are you communicating with? What are you sharing? You don't want to share birth dates, and it's one of the things that we all want to say, happy birthday to so-and-so. Well, if the person is also saying, hey, I'm 60, Now the scammer knows the person's name and their birth date. So you have to be very mindful of what you're sharing. The other thing is that if somebody on social should come to you and say, well, you actually had this happen to you, or hey, can you help me buy an Amazon gift card because my account has been corrupted. Know that that's not good. It's not safe, and that's when you pick up the phone and literally talk to people. Another thing you want to do to stay fraud-free is your firewalls. What have you done to protect your computers and your phones? What are you answering on your phone? If you get a text, do you know who that's from for sure? If it comes out of the blue and you don't know, it says Walmart, but you've never done anything with Walmart, you've never given them permission to text you, it's probably not Walmart.
I got one this past week, and yeah, I'm alert, and I'm not a sucker, but it said, "Hi, is this Jenny? Is this my coach Jenny? This is Carol." And at first I thought, oh, they got the wrong number. But
right.
No, it's a scam.
Right. They're trying to make sure that that's a live number. And when they do that, then they're going to be sending some other messages in trying to entice you to either share personal information, or they may do what I consider the sad story scam where, oh, I need a bus ticket. I'm sick. I need doctor money, those kind of things. So again, picking up the phone when you don't know who the caller is, don't. That's what we have voicemail for. Don't bother. It's not worth the time.
Do you recommend, when you're setting passwords, you maybe signing in at a new site, that the Google or Safari generates the password?
They're pretty good about that. And if you look at it, my biggest challenge is how are you going to remember those?
You can't.
So the Federal Trade Commission and the FCC have come up with advice that says, just don't make it a word. Make it something that you remember. So maybe it's the first 3 letters of your children's names and a random number from a past phone number that you had, and then some special characters that you will remember.
All right, well, lots to be wary of, but we appreciate the advice, and hopefully you save some money, or some people some money and some angst.
Here's hoping.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for letting me come.
And Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you. From the Better Business Bureau serving Eastern Michigan, CEO Melanie Duquesnel.